everybody, welcome back to Horror Friday. I tried recording a different game, and I forgot to press the record button, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna record it now because it's not gonna be raw. I scooched past that, that's fine. I'm recording a game called Her Story. Apparently you're investigating, I don't know much, actually. You're an investigator investigating someone has gone missing, apparently. That's all that I heard. That's all that I heard. I've been doing horror throughout this whole week, so I was like, why not try ending it off on a big ass banger? I say, why not? Let's get into it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love these kind of games. I've never played it on the channel, but I played a game a long time ago called Emily is Missing, and this kind of resonates with that a little bit. If you guys ever heard of that game. Really cool stuff they got going on. Okay. Alright, yeah. So, okay, so we're on a computer, an old style looking computer. I could type anything, but murder makes sense. I don't exactly know what's happening. I guess we're gonna search. Okay, so you get to watch these tapes of people that were being interviewed, or specifically this one girl that was being interviewed. And I don't know if she's a murderer or what. Actually, I guess we're about to find out. 4 entries, clips stored in user session, which is none. Okay. Alright, I could put tags. This is 21 seconds long.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Huh. Gotcha. So all that we didn't get much out of that one, actually, to be honest. I could move stuff around. We didn't get much. So that was the first one. I'm gonna try opening the files that say readme. No. Oh, there we go. README, Introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitalize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently in the coming years. The computer will continue to be most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database, okay. Homicide. Serious. The audio has been digitally syngraphed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve the clip, type in a word, robbery, into the search field. Hey, there's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999. Holy, that was a long time ago. And then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time, SB. Gotcha. Oh. Okay, so we got a whole thing. All right. That was the first tape. Let's watch this. Again, most of them are blanks. I'm just gonna put weird. Let's watch this.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Only 7 seconds. Okay. Oh, this is really cool. This is a really cool concept, actually. I'm really excited about this. So apparently, someone named Simon was murdered, and they think it's this woman.
Yeah, that's me. But February, and that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay. Oh, some of the noises make me think that there's someone behind me. 11 seconds.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
She was very distressed. Gotta keep that right there. Very clearly distressed. And I could look up other things as well, like robbery. Nothing out of robbery though. Homicide? Did I spell that right? I don't know really what else to search. Murder. Homicide. Robbery. Huh. So, is it really... What's this? I don't know what this is. Man, I would suck as a detective. Holy. Oh! Mirror game. CyberGhost The Legends. You've Never Seen Us. Illusions. One for the mums here. Classic 2-player. Strategy for lunch gaming. So a bunch of weird hacker stuff. Cracks with glass. Or cracks with class. I don't really know what that means. Oh wait. Grow hack. Grow. I don't know what that says. Mirror game. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to play. I'm just clicking. Player run is red. We're gonna... What am I doing? I'm very confused. I'm just clicking things. Do I have to fill up like the whole page? Is this like a Connect 4 kind of thing? Have you guys ever played Connect 4, by the way? It's one of the best games out there. One of the best board games, at least. I don't know what this has to do with anything, actually. Murder. About... Or dead body. I don't know what I could search. Let me see. It said I could search some things up here. What about Portsmouth? Oh! Look at that, we got something. 43 seconds from Portsmouth.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Okay. We're gonna save this. I don't know why. I don't know why. She said something about the taxi driver. Alright, anything else? Testimony? Nope. Man, this is really like in depth. Simon was mentioned. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident.
Mm-hmm. Alright, okay.
So what do we do next?
Nothing weird there. I think she killed Simon.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
We're gonna add that one to this session.
It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Maybe this Helen did something. Man, I don't know. I'm all left at a scramble right now.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
The cup that she was talking to definitely
Yes,
has
I don't drink
hair.
photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Can we see it? I guess not.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does
Ernst
the more
Brothers
special work.
Glass.
Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
We're gonna save this one mainly because I gotta watch it again. What is it called?
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass.
Ernst Brothers Glass. Ernst Brothers Glass. Oh, I did get one.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst.
Wait.
You think it's murder?
Yeah, we got that.
I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
What about help? Is this going in like...
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Sometimes arguing in a relationship could help it. It's good to get your point across sometimes. So, is this going randomized? Am I just trying to piece it all together right now? Because if so, that's a very interesting...
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked
Kids.
there.
Or Diane. I'm gonna look up Diane, actually. After we watch this.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing.
She has a diary.
I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
That was weird. That was a really weird one, wasn't it?
Sure, yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. So, it was Friday evening.
Friday.
We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Let's look up this Diane chick real quick. Or the bartender. Oh, look! Why she got a guitar?
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well.
Eric.
Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist.
You think Eric might have caused this? I don't know. It's really...
Diane.
Yeah, I think we asked Diane. That's the thing.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
I got an achievement for that. God, have you ever eaten fennel? I'm gonna look up Eric, cause Eric seems to be a weird one.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Glasgow.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close.
Yeah,
They spent a
Eric
lot of
keeps
time
coming
with each
up,
other,
but Glasgow is the
especially
new
when they
thing.
have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Well, Eric and Diane are married. Okay. Let's look at Eric.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But
I mean, fair enough.
I convinced him to get one.
A lot of Eric.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Van.
He was wearing a shirt,
Thanks, that's really
a
helpful.
blue turtleneck shirt, and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Yeah.
He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
So what I'm hearing from this is it's very, very, very randomized. Let's look up Glasgow real quick. Oh shit! Wow, man, lady, you have been to work.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi.
Why'd you hit a
Not
taxi?
a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at.
270694. Jeez.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
Oh, see, she's getting her stories mixed up now. You hear this one. Okay, you heard that one. Now listen. This one, I think.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash.
See, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. She's getting it mixed up. Liar. Oh, liar. Liar. Yeah.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could.
You didn't hit a taxi,
when I
though.
finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
I think something's suspicious. I looked up sleep, because why not?
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules.
Ooh.
Deliberately broke the rules.
She said Hannah?
Hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Sorry. No. What was that? What was that? What, do you guys see that shit? What was that? Ooh. Okay. Now I'm starting to not like it. I'm starting to not like it. Oh, I'm uncomfortable now. Okay, that's fine. Hannah.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
So when did Simon get married? Oh yeah, now I'm just confused.
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have two pillows and he just has one.
I don't like that
Yes.
face that appeared. I'm very
I
eerie now.
inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was enough.
I keep hearing sounds that make me think that they're behind, like something's behind me. Okay, so okay, hear me out. Oh, I keep thinking I'm seeing shit. Am I? No. Hannah, there's a lot on. Why does she have her head down? 300694.
Bob Dylan talking about Eve.
Well, she's lost her marbles, hasn't she?
Poor Simon.
Sorry. Yeah, that wasn't normal at all. Eve. Eve?
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's a palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
If you're Hannah, why are you talking about Hannah? I'm gonna add that to the session. Man, hold on.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
They hooked our lady up to a lie detector here.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born,
What was that
I
squeaking
born at
sound?
the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah.
Aren't you
The
Hannah?
midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Yeah, you could get the fuck out of here, bud. I don't like that at all. Stop that. Stop it. It's nighttime. I'm not okay with any of the bedoodling you got going on. I just need to figure out what happened. Stop it.
She recognized me from the window.
Who? Who are we
She
talking
wanted to
about?
come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there.
Attic.
No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
I want to look up attic, but I also want to look up Eve. Why am I hearing this music now? Oh, here we go. There's some more here.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it.
I'm gonna look up
It
dollhouse
was
as well.
so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing.
The audio keeps going in and out.
Wallpaper to
That's not my
scale.
fault, by the way, guys. That's the
Little
game.
furniture. The lights work. Mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it. Invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all. Passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Arabian Night. Okay. Nothing too weird about that big dollhouse.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Eve, hair. What else was I gonna look up? I don't know.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Sorry, I really thought I heard something behind me just now. Alright, hold on. Who's Eve?
My mother called me Eve.
So hear me out. Either this girl is not right in the head, because she was talking about Hannah, but she's Hannah. Apparently there's another one, but apparently she was called Eve too, but she was talking about Eve earlier as well. And she's both of those people.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it up. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
But Eve is you.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We were made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
So she is just really not right in the head, is she?
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
But
My mother called me Eve.
you see that? Something's not matching up. Something's not matching up.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story?
From you know, you creepy bitch.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
So when she talked about Eve getting pregnant by Simon and she wasn't happy about it, she's Eve and she was just talking about her having a child when she was younger.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
I got an achievement. I don't know how to spell Rapunzel, but hold on. Oh wait, there's another one here?
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window.
Don't start freaking me out, man.
She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Something about this isn't making sense.
My mother...
No, not that. Get out of here.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised...
No, I don't want to hear your story.
It's Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. Rapunzel. There we go. Got some more stuff going on.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Oh, Prince is what I wanted to search up. Prince and Eagle.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it.
I think she's a little doo-doo in the head.
How
I
many
think
leaves
she's
in colour?
a little delulu. A little weird. No, because look, right? Now, she has her head down, she's talking about Eve, why did she talk? Poor Simon. Hannah. She's Hannah.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Poor Simon. Something's not making sense here. I mean, okay. So, Prince. Oh, here we go.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses.
You talk about Hannah, the other
We
one, I'm
replaced
assuming.
Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
So the sounds make me think that there's always someone behind me, which I'm not liking at all. It's putting me on the edge of my seat quite a bit here.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there
Glaziers.
too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look.
10794. So a bit earlier.
From one of my books.
When she tried describing Simon before, she didn't describe him as a prince, just a regular build.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
Okay.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember well I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked. Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
River. Oh.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service.
What was the name?
Didn't leave the room.
What was the name?
View of the river.
Church. I'm gonna look at the church. I'm gonna look up church.
Like you said, it was very romantic.
What was the fake name? Screw you, I don't want to know anyways. I'm gonna just look up church, you crazy lady. There's another one.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think.
Who? There's a different guy?
I was
Man.
really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved.
Wait.
Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid.
Dude, I'm
He
telling
was
you, this game
really
is
important
weird
to
for my headphones. For me to comprehend.
Family.
What if Carl killed Simon? The Simon that we were talking about. Oh shit. There's a lot more.
Difference is, she's a better driver than me.
Oh.
She passed the test for us.
Oh.
I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car.
Oh.
Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything.
You can't.
She is the shy one.
Ooh.
She was especially shy around boys.
Ooh.
If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him.
Hannah.
It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at.
Shit.
It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
A hairbrush shouldn't be near your private parts. Jeez, it's a brush, not a toy.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
So I'm taking it that Carl may have did something to the Simon. Don't laugh like that.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first.
Oh.
That would have been Carl.
Okay, yeah, that's what you
He
said.
was a local
That's
boy
6.
in a band.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
was a
so
bit of a shit. But he was sexy.
yeah.
We were 15.
Yeah. Okay. Hannah Simon. Here we go.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again.
What a messed up woman. Like.
But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school.
Glazers.
And then
Very distressed. Oh, that face keeps popping up, but this time there was like cop sirens and cop lights on it. The music's getting louder and it just sends shivers throughout my whole body. I can't move that much right now, actually. But look, okay, hear me out. She was talking about Hannah having a baby with Simon, right? So apparently there's 2 Hannahs. Hannah had a baby with Simon. She's also Hannah. Okay, she said that she had a miscarriage. Now she's saying that the other Hannah had a miscarriage. So I'm assuming these 2 Hannahs are one person, and the way that she was talking about Eve, she's also Eve. So I'm assuming this is really just a really messed up mental thing going on here.
no. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
You get off my screen, you crazy lady. Holy. I'm at the point that deciding that this is just a really big mental case nut job right here. But man, I am loving the premise of this game. Because there's the mirror game, so I was like, why not look up the mirror?
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Reflection.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have.
Because he worked at a mirror glass place thing.
He made it specially for me. The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the other Hannah is just like a reflection that she made off of herself. We got a lot more here. She's insane.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
So you see?
She was me.
Stop doing that! God, you're creepy. It's not even scary at this point. It's just irritating. 1 minute and a second.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and
You know what? No, I don't know why, but that one creeped me out more for some reason. So, she really liked Rapunzel. She was always up in an attic, never really went outside, stared out the window a lot, didn't like her own reflection at all. In correlation with the actual Rapunzel. But when she started going out, she started wanting to get pregnant by all these random strange dudes. And that could actually be, like, that's a really big mental issue right there. If you're ever feeling this way, you know, it's not. It doesn't hurt to reach out, get some help from a trusted adult, tell a friend about it, talk with someone, because it really matters. Mental health is the mind is a very fragile and really big thing.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection
It looks like it.
would always leave her
I'm
house
sorry.
and go on adventures, but I never could.
She was really living in a fairy tale, wasn't she? Yeah, we got some more about fairy tale right here. The music's
Simon
getting louder, by the
treated
way.
me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Get out of here. See, now she's saying life isn't a fairy tale.
Fairy tales.
Oh, here we go.
Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
So, why not just for the shits and giggles? Oh, we do have two new ones.
Do you have children?
Was that it? You have children.
From when I woke up? Okay. I woke up, Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of Eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake.
Did you hear that? There was just like a very faint screaming.
Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that...
That was the mirror.
We talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Again, very distressed with that one. You know, I was just thinking about it, and what if we woke up?
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I
Oh, this is Glasgow.
road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door.
No, it's not.
answer.
It's not
I took my
Glasgow.
keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted.
What's up with her being
So I laid
exhausted
down
all
in
the
bed
time? Get out of here with
and I
that.
fell asleep, but I didn't mean to.
Ain't no one tired
I
that
woke up a
much.
couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
That's technically what you said in the last one.
That enough? Okay. I parked
I'm piecing it all together in my head real
so
quick.
I parked down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked.
You're just saying what you
could tell
said.
because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked
You're just saying
in,
what you just said.
Simon's coat
In different
wasn't
clothes
on
in a
the
different
peg.
room.
I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had
She's
a
just
shower.
copying herself.
The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me.
She didn't say that last time.
Where I was and what had happened.
Oh, no.
That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor.
Doug.
And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
That's literally what she said last time. That's the exact thing. I didn't watch this one, apparently. Very distressed here.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
Ah. Ah. Sick. Uh-huh. It didn't add it. Add it to the session. I didn't even... No way! No fucking way. You know what? That's alright. What was I at last time? We're just gonna try continuing it off. I can't believe I just did that. I cannot... Shit. I'm not rewatching it all again. No way. Let's look up guilty. Let's try getting down to the bottom of this.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss.
Back to Hannah.
But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be.
You're
Sure.
Hannah, you crazy.
Like we had before.
Let's get more into Simon death. Let's get more into that. Simon dead?
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
Get out of here. So now she's saying that she found Simon's dead.
His body didn't look real.
Well, it sure was.
It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. It doesn't always wear.
You definitely killed Simon, didn't you, you crazy son of a gun?
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but
Yeah, you already listened to that, didn't I?
her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes.
You said you put on your wig.
To be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Are these guys twins? Have I been... Both of the Hannahs are twins that we've been looking at this whole time, and I thought she was just going crazy. This one killed her. I mean, this one killed,
On his throat. How?
So, the not long-haired Hannah. This one. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out everything.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up.
I'm gonna try
We
figuring
found
out
the
what this
broken
rest of
mirror,
the story
her
is.
clothes, they're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Just what I'm gathering off of it. Both of the Hannahs, or Hannah and Eve, worked together after Simon was, and they hid his body and they were like, we're gonna take care of each other, we're gonna plant all this stuff. I haven't seen the end yet, but that's what I'm gathering from it. Just because of that one video. Body.
Really? Okay. Here's the rest. Oh, they laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain. Till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind.
Pretty good singer. I mean,
Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
nothing to do with any of this. And then the database checker tells me how much I've checked and how much I haven't. And holy shit, I haven't checked a lot. Man, oh man. I've only reached 50% of the database. Oh my.
No.
Not when you
You're
kill the
talking to
person.
wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
That's when they found out that they were twins. Because this girl's like, oh yeah, I had sex with a bunch of dudes. And this dude's like, no, I haven't. That's gross. Nasty. Ew. I don't know, man.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Could I have a cup of tea?
She asked for a cup of tea. The other one asked for a cup of coffee.
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
She non-stop asked for tea when the other one non-stop asked for coffee. Man, oh, this is awesome. Actually, this is really good. This is really good. I love the whole concept of this game. So I saw her in one earlier, so I was like, why not? There's a lie detector thing.
My name? That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
I would hope so.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends.
Hold on a minute. What is this? No. Okay, I'll hang on a bit longer. Buzz when you're ready. I need. No, I'm not. No. No. Sorry. I can't type anything but no or yes. Okay, take your time. Bye. I don't know who that is. What is this? I didn't even know I could click on the thing. But you know what? I'm pretty close. I'm doing this for you guys. And for myself. I really want to figure out the ending. Alright guys, so I can't find anything else. I've done everything I could right here. As you can see, it's been a really long time. I'm getting tired. I assume I know what the story is. This lady right here was dressed up as this other one. They're twins, Hannah and Hannah, or Hannah and Eve. This one's just Hannah, and we're gonna refer to this one as Eve. So Hannah dressed up as Eve while they're both married to Simon. Again, this is my take. Hannah dressed up as Eve while they're both married to Simon, wig and everything. Went up to Simon. Simon didn't know that she was dressed up as the other one. Said, "I want to be with you, not the other one." Not knowing that she was the other one, he gave her the same mirror that he gave the other one. He gave her the mirror. She flipped out. She cut Simon's neck. Sat next to him the whole time with the wig on, because it said in the video she was sat next to him with the wig on. She was sat next to him, his dead body, lifeless, throat cut, everything next to him the whole time until Eve walked in and was like, shit. And then they were like, okay, so we have to hide the body. So they cleaned up, hid the body, hid the mirror shard, and then started pretending like they were pretending like they were the same person during this whole interrogation until they found fingerprints of different people. The tea, both of them were asking for different things. They both started showing their true different colors during the interrogations, and the more and more it went on. So that's my take. I'm assuming this is how I end things. I'm gonna call. Yes. Good, so do you understand why your mother did what she did? Wait, what? No? That's understandable, Sarah. You could always come back again. I'll be outside. Log off and meet me over the road. User is offline. Done. I guess so. We were playing as shit. Because we were in 2016 while reviewing everything. All of these token in like 1990, 1980s. Was I playing as the kid that she had? Shit. Man, what? I was playing as the kid that she was pregnant with, but in the future. And I'm assuming at the time, she, our mother, was in jail. Holy shit. Man, that took an unexpected turn. And who were we texting at the end there? Damn. Well, everyone, I've been recording for far too long now. It is now very late, so I'm going to end the recording here. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I loved the premise of everything. I loved how it added bits every now and then, and you kind of had to piece it together by yourself. Like, inside your brain, you had to piece it together and figure out what happened until you reached the farther moments. I'm sad that I reset the game, because if I didn't reset the game, I wouldn't have had to go through every single one and cut out so much. But I guess that's just what it is. If you guys have any other games like this, I would love to do it, record it, play it. This really reminded me of Emily is Missing, or the game was called something like that. This game kind of really got to me, and I was scared that jump scares were gonna happen. Like, I was like, shit. And the guy that kept popping up on the screen, was that me? Was that who I was playing as? I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was Horror Friday. Bye bye.